Yo, good afternoon, guys, or good evening, or welcome to this session from Project X. And this is quite a very interesting session that I love to talk about. We're getting ready for a new financial year, 24, 25. So this is probably the best new year for me, the financial new year, because one day starts, the next does win a brand new year. We haven't got this 2 or 3 weeks off over Christmas where we sort of eat lots of turkey and get fat, then sort of get slowly back into work. No, boom, we're straight back into a brand new year. Now, what I've found over the last multiple years, doing this job for 28 years, coaching amazing people in business and life, is that the key to moving forwards is really getting this thing called your vision right. Now, I know, stick your fingers down your throat. When we start talking about vision, you hear it constantly on every platform that you're on social media, but every book that you've read. And to be honest with you, I've felt the same way for many, many years. That's why I've never called it vision. So I might be going against a lot of what people sell and talk and believe, but I like to call this other word, these other 2 words actually. So rather than vision for the brand new year ahead, 24, 25, rather than vision for 24, 25, the new financial year, I want to change the word for these 2 words. It's called Déjà Vu. Now, why do I call it Déjà Vu Planning? Here at Project X, we call it Déjà Vu Planning. So whether you're working with me one-on-one or groups or one of my courses, or you're just watching this back to see if you want to get involved in what we do here at Project X, is Déjà Vu. The French translation means already seen. So rather than looking at creating a vision, I want you to write this down. I want you to write this little sentence down and think about it. By July 1, 2025, by July 1, 2025, what has to have happened? What has to have happened by July 2025 for you to be fucking ridiculously happy of where you're at? Now, I want to make sure that you do that. Déjà vu, already seen. You've seen the films Back to the Future. You've even seen probably the film Deja Vu. You probably understand what Deja Vu is. And you have that weird feeling through your body that I've already been there. Well, usually that's because your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are actually aligned for once and working together. So what I want you to think about in creating your own Deja Vu is, imagine you've got a movie screen up in front of you. And your movie screen in front of you, you're going to step into and look backwards from July 1st, 2025 into the year that was. And you're going to look back through the year and see what actually happened. So rather than creating a vision, we look at what would you prefer. See, I look at these couple of questions and think, what would you prefer? Knowing something that was going to happen, or remorse for something that could have happened? Or another saying would be, I wish I'd thought of that. Has that happened to you? I wish I'd thought of that. Remorse, I wish I'd seen that coming. Would you prefer to be clear on what to build and feel joy? Or do you love fixing problems and feeling stressed? Because you can change that. And that's what we do here at Project X. When we work together, we get very clear on what the future holds. We pre-plan, we pre-prep. Imagine you were climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. What would you do before you set off? You'd prep the fuck out of the thing. You know exactly where you're going, what it looked like, who you're going to be with, and how it would play out. So let's think about this thing called Deja Vu. Before you watch the movie, what do you usually watch before you pick that movie? If you sat there in front of the TV and you're about to jump on Netflix or Disney or Prime, before you commit to watching that series, and you know what? Netflix are masters at this. Netflix are masters, probably the number one in the game at the moment in time, and being able to create this. What do? They create an amazing trailer to inspire you to sit there and watch night after night, or binge watch into the middle of the night their actual TV shows. So you want to be able to create a trailer for yourself. So the 12-month plan ahead, the 12-month, as you hit a few brick walls, which you will, you've got your fucking Northern Star up here, that you've already played out the year that was. I'm not talking goals here, Fuck The Secret, as I keep talking about, the movie that came out, that sit on top of the hill and bang the goal, wish that, checks in the roll for the door. No, we're going to create, not the vision, we're going to create the path. what you're going to actually do, not think about, actually do to get a result that you want. Which is this thing called SMART, yeah? We like to call this thing called SMART. Specifically, what the hell we're going to do. Specifically, what does it look like? I'm going to do it by looking back, not looking forward, looking back with deja vu, saying, right, what had to have happened for you to be happy with yourself? So do it in 3 areas of your life. Number one, personal. What's going to happen for you to be happy with who you are and where you're at by July 2025? You know, physical, mental, social, spiritual, friends, health, all those sort of things. Same with family, between, you know, the relationships with your partners and your kids and your friends. You know, which ones are going to stay and what are going to go? You know, what has to have happened for you to live this life less ordinary? And number three, obviously most important that I'm talking about here, what I specialize in, is the business side. You know, what is real? What can be real in that 12 months? So think about it as well. Before you read an article, what do you use to read? The headline. What makes you read the headline is something inspiring that pulls you in. So I'm not talking about a negative headline here. I'm talking about a positive headline. You know, so come up with a real positive headline for exactly what's going to inspire you. You know, I use multiple headlines myself in business. You know, my personal headline, you know, Wrenchy helps 100 small businesses under $1 million blow out the water past $1 million and work 3 days and goes, fuck you to the man. You know, so I've got a mission, a headline that I'm looking to actually fill. So what's your headline for the next 12 months? How could you put it into one sentence? If you had to put it on a bumper sticker or a billboard or on the front page of the Sunday Morning Herald Sun, what would that headline say? What would that bumper sticker say? So what if you could go into the future and change the past? What would that look like? Imagine you could go into the future and change the past. You can't, because the object is to be able to think about your future in enough detail that as you move through into the future, you can just fine tune and tweak it. See, most people, I've been doing this thing, I'm 53 years old, I've been doing this since I was 25, so I've learned a thing or two and worked with many, many different people from all walks of life doing this. And it's my job to be able to articulate and help people through this process, to be able to understand who they are, what they're about, and what they're going to do to be able to make them feel this thing called freedom and to live a life less ordinary. It's called lifestyle, because we're here for a very short time, and the life that we lead has got to be the one that we want, that we feel free in. So what if you go into the future and change the past before it happened? So you can fall in deja vu, because that's the most exciting thing. So when I talk about the most exciting thing, the reason why I love end of financial year and also the end of the calendar year is because it's an amazing opportunity not to set a few bullshit goals. And you know what I mean by a few bullshit goals? Those that sit there in December and January and go, what's my New Year's resolution, Sally? What's your new resolution, Bob? And you come with some bullshit thing, I'll lose 5 kilos, make more money, you know, win more rate. There's no specific thing in there. And after 3 or 4 days, it all falls away. And it's back to that definition of insanity, doing the same thing fucking over and over again. So what if you had your own AI guidance system and got really excited? Not just a bit excited for a few days, really excited. So you had a fucking document in each area of your life that would explain exactly where you're going to go, exactly what you're going to do, and exactly how you're going to do it. Because that's the power in this thing. So you could return to a previous period or an event and revisit and go, I'm not quite sure that would work. But you can play out the future as your future self. You know what happened in the past. And if you know what happened in the past, and you can turn off these 2 switches, this one's called the sensitive switch. So you look in the fucking mirror and look at what you achieved versus what you didn't achieve and not let yourself off the hook. And number 2, turn off that fucking I know mentality that you reckon you already know something, because that's the 2 switches that I've got to turn up all the time to be able to learn more, to move forward. But imagine you could play out your future self and go, great, there's the lesson that I got last year. I need to make sure that was a lesson, not a mistake, because I learned it last year, so it was a lesson. And you can quickly work out what works for you and what won't. Because as you're playing this out in your own mind into the future, right, in your own deja vu, what has to have happened by July 2025, you get to go, I don't think that'll work. I can't play that thing out. It's not actually going to flow that right. So you actually got a chance to be able to come back and change it. So here's one of the biggest things. Be yourself. What if you didn't need to follow what others thought about you? Let me repeat that. What if you didn't need to follow or think or be worried or be concerned about what other people thought? What if you wrote your own script for yourself? Not what the mom's going to think about taking the kids to school, or what the dad's going to think about what car you drove, what mountain bike you're on, or what you did. What if you wrote your script for you and you only? That made you feel free, got you to be able to express yourself, to really have fun, and just to be yourself. What about if you decided what character you need to play each area of your life? You know, what sort of husband do you need to be, or partner you need to be, or wife you need to be, or father you need to be, or best friend you need to be, or leader, business owner, friend. Think about every area of your life will probably need a slight variation of you and your character. For me, when I'm working with friends and hanging out, riding mountain bikes or jet skis or out boating and doing all the lifestyle stuff, I'm not Miss Pete Ranks. I calm down. Trust me, I do. I'll level down a bit. Some would say that I don't, but I do. I bring it down a notch or two. So decide what character you need to be in each area of your life. Yep. Not who you think you need to be. Work who you want to be, because you got one chance of this. So, tense logic. I call it the magic prescription. Past tense logic, the magic prescription. Your subconscious, you read this in any book, I'm not teaching something new or woo-hoo. Yeah, it's pretty fucking straightforward. It's science, it's biology, another way. Your subconscious can't work out what's real or what you've imagined. I'm going to repeat that again and write this down. It's an important lesson. Your subconscious can't work out what's real or what you've imagined. So imagine this. You've actually imagined what your future looks like. You've wrote it out. You've got this thing called a pen out. Yeah? You've scribed it out, muscle memory all the way through to your heart and soul. You've burnt it in. What it's going to look like this next 12 months. You've put some detail into each area of your life to really understand how you're going to play this thing out. So your subconscious already thinks it's going to happen. You've burnt it in consciously. When you're asleep, you see, your conscious mind is this real funky thing. It goes to work. This is why you need your own mental movie to be written, because if you got no mental movie written by yourself, guess what? Somebody else fucking writes it for you and programs your subconscious. Somebody else is getting in there. The news, the tabloids, the friends, doom, gloom, boom, the fucking world falling apart. Got to write your own movie, your own narrative, know who you are, what you're about, and where you're going. The result is you'll have no bad dreams. I'm telling you now, you fucking won't. You'll get 8 hours of sleep. You'll have zero anxiety. You'll have no depression. You'll wake up excited and pumped every day because you're about to live your own pre-programmed movie. You refer back to it. You've got multiple documents in place that hold you accountable to this. Déjà vu, it works. And even better, can't you forget this? Even better, you don't need these things called bullshit goals, because goals are bullshit. Let me repeat that. Goals are bullshit. Goals are just things to do, the end result, where you want to get to. The whole point of déjà vu is exactly how you're going to live, what you're going to do, what does it look like. It's idealized. It's then visualized in the movie. You can actually see it happening, playing out on the big screen in front of you. You can verbalize it to friends, and you got the balls to be able to do that, to verbalize to your friends and family and business colleagues or what it. So these are how you're going to go about it. And even better, you've written the fucking script. So guess what? You are the leading man, the leading lady, the leading star in your script, and you get to play that. So how the fuck can you be depressed these days if you're playing it out? Now, guess what? Business and life is not fucking simple, yeah? It's very complex, yeah? You're going to be hit with an amazing amount of roadblocks. Just if you're creating a movie, you were writing a movie, you were writing a book. Things aren't easy, and the ones that have got resilience and tenacity and push through to create their movie the way they want, create a blockbuster. Then you're responsible for your blockbuster. So write your own script. One quote here from Zig Ziglar I really love. Your imagination is your biggest nation. Your imagination is your biggest nation. So imagine you are in full control of everything that happens in your life. Sure, you might say, I work for this guy, I've got these bad clients, or I've got a car and doing this. No. When I do a lot of guest speaking, and educational stuff. People often ask me, Rich, you've been in business a lot of years. You're 53 years old. You started when you were 18. You work with hundreds of people all around the world. What's the number one quality? Or they say, what's the number one skill set? What's the number one thing for an entrepreneur, business owner has to have to be successful? Is it finance, system, structure, people, leadership, management, process, So none of that shit, no. There's one thing, the first thing that's really important for any business owner or life creator, as I would call it, and that's your fucking imagination to be creative. So the number one skill, in my belief, what saved me millions of times from disaster is a creative mindset to be able to fucking think. How to think through your own movie to make sure you pop out the other side as the hero, not the fucking demon. So, imagination. Tell me. Think about this. Get a pen out now. What's your deepest desire? What's your deepest desires? What do you really desire? Not what you think you desire. Oh, I want a fast car. I want a Lamborghini. Well, that's shit. That's just bullshit. That's not true. What's your real deepest desire? You know, some of my deepest desires over the years was one of them I watched when I was there with my father, about 9 years old. I come used to a stunt show. And the stunt show was, I was peering over the railings, looking at these guys in Mark II escorts called the Hell Drivers, I think they were called. And there were some really cool guys driving cars on two wheels and a couple of hot chicks waving flags out the windows. I was 9 years old going, fuck me, one day I want to do that. It took me 30 years to be able to become a stunt driver. One of my passions and sidelines, as far as over the years, have been anything to do with cars, doing wonderful, weird and wonderful things with cars. You know, everything from helping people in movies to teaching people in movies how to do cool, crazy things in cars. But where did that desire come from? It came from when I was a kid. So you'll probably have some deep desires that came to you from when you were a child. Now, then other deepest desires that come to more current day as regarding, well, what's your deepest desire in current day? My last one was when I got remarried 10 years ago, you know, was to find someone that would love me as much as I love them. A deep desire, put that out there to the world. You know what I mean? Started to think, right, in order for someone to love me as much as I love them, people got to love first myself and understand how to take care of yourself, how to understand to be a good human. Think about your desires of who you want to be, where you want to go, what it looks like. So what is your deepest desire? Write it down. So imagination fuels desire. Once you're locked onto your desire, so if you're in business, I want to get my business, you know, to X amount of millions of dollars, or it could be X amount of hundreds of thousands of dollars, or X amount of tens of thousands of dollars, so I can employ 2 people, so I don't have to on the tools full time, or I can employ 3 people, so I can work 2 days a week. You know, not all about money. It's about lifestyle. You know, so your imagination needs to be able to see your life, what you're doing 7 days a week, 168 hours in a week, 1,440 minutes every day, 96,400 seconds every day. What are you doing? What does it look like? If you can't visualize it, you can't get there. And it's not a goal on a piece of paper. That's the lazy way. It is a goal I want to achieve. How to do that? I don't know. To be able to visualize it. So, how do you visualize? You're going to know thyself, as I call it, back to Hamlet. Know thyself. What's really possible? What skill have you got? What's your current capabilities? What do you need to train yourself in more to become more capable? So you can't get what you're not good at. I've got a saying and a big poster upstairs in my training room. If you're good at something, never fucking do it for free. What do I mean by that? It's not a case of having a big ego if you're working with me. First thing I've got to make sure when I'm working with any particular members here at Project X is a thing that you do, whether you're cutting the hair or doing the mechanic or doing the electrical or doing the lawyer or doing the accounting or doing the SEO, whatever you're working with me on to grow your business to that next level. Because I'm making sure you're fucking good at it. Because people see through the bullshit. You can market yourself as good as you want, but your marketing, you know, the 4 R's I call it, repeat, business, referral, and the biggest one for me is reputation. You've got to be known for what you're good at. So make sure the thing that you're either starting off on in the brand new year is that the thing that you're about to sell, the thing that you're about to do, the thing that you're about to deliver, look at that first level is, am I the best that I can be at what I do? Are you sharpening your skill set, sharpening your sword? Have you done the extra lessons? Have you done the extra work? Are you up to date with the latest technology? Have you done the latest stuff? Because you got to be in front of your competition of whatever thing you're doing in your particular area. So train yourself to be more capable. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey, because the destination is never what you thought it would be. Enjoy the journey, because Deja vu over this next 12 months. I like to work on 3 years, 0 to 3 years, what would have to happen for you to be fucking ecstatic where you are. Let's keep it simple on this one. From zero, from now to the end of June, and we get this written out now in June, ready for July, what would have to happen for you to be ecstatic with 3 areas of your life? Personal, business, and family. And my order of values is personal first, to take care of self, so I can actually, when the plane's going down or challenges are happening, I've got the mask on first for yourself. So take care of self first. Don't be a bitch or a slave to your business or your family or your friends or your kids. You got to put yourself first to stay, keep your mind fit, your body fit, stay sharp. Then once you're sharp and you're the best you can be, you can then help others. So second, you help these relationships, family, friends, and third is business. But that's the lifestyle balance that we're looking for, knowing that there is no balance. It's just a matter of sacrifice. So enjoy the journey. The destination is never what you thought it would be. But here's the thing, be proud every day of who you are and what you do, and live a vulnerable, authentic life of choice. Let me repeat that. Enjoy the journey. You're going to enjoy fixing problems, whether you've got this, there's 3 sort of main key words and main key values that I have when I'm working and doing anything. It's got to be fun. If it's not fun, fuck off, I'm not doing it. I don't mean it's fun like juggling and falling around, getting drunk like a clown. I'm talking it's fun, that energy, it's fun. You know, fun can be quiet fun as well. Number 2, it's got to be an adventure. You know, an adventure basically means there's problems to solve, there's shit to fix. Yeah, it's not, oh, this is going wrong, what the fuck? Yeah, it's wow, there's an opportunity to make something better. Great. What did we learn from this? So fun, adventure. And sometimes the adventure is a temple of doom, you know, like the film The Temple of Doom. And sometimes it's like, you know, a really emotional, emotive, you know, piece of art form that is just an amazing film that comes out. And you go, wow, that was fucking awesome. Each day can be different regarding the adventure. And number 3, there's got to be harmony. And what's harmony? Well, if you're going to have some fun with some people along the way, because life's all about doing things with people. Number 2, it's going to be an adventure. So you want to pick the right people to go on the fucking adventure with. And number 3 is going to be harmony of those people you've picked to go on the adventure with. And what's harmony? There's 3 L's, what I call harmony. Like, they're a like person. Like, they're going to like you back. And number 3, you're going to have some alikeness there. So you've got some commonality to work together. So enjoy the journey. The destination is never what you thought it was. Be proud of every fucking day of who you are and what you do, and live a vulnerable, authentic life of choice. Guys, go and put together your deja vu. Let me repeat the question to you in these 3 areas: self, family, business that equate to my values. And the question is, and write this down, you have to get these words right. What has to have happened by July 1st, 2025 in those 3 areas for you to be completely excited of where the fuck you are. Big love to you all. That's Wrenchy out. Have a great night, a great morning, or a great afternoon. And you want any more help with this, the booking to one of my sessions, if you're one of the guys working with me, or if you're watching this for the first time and to find out more about what we do, just drop me a line. I'll give you some more information about exactly how we operate here at Project X. See you soon. Bye for now.